Nice shirt.
You know how I could afford this shirt?
You had a job at one time.
I did have a job at one time. We used to go shopping at Nordstrom's. That was fun.
It was fun for you.
Yeah, it was fun for me.
Yeah,
I could afford that back then.
Yeah, it was fun for me to watch my son overspend for everything he bought. His theory in life was, well, if I can't pay too much, well, then I'm not buying it.
Yeah, there was a period of time. Yeah. Good thing you brought me back down to Earth.
Well,
also here on Earth.
Yes.
See what I did there?
I did. That's a segue. I think they call that a segue.
Our sponsor, findthebestcarprice.com/insider. Link down and below in the description. They've been a continued sponsor, which we greatly appreciate.
We do.
Potentially in the future. Can afford more of these t-shirts.
Yeah.
Button-downs, polos, whatever they're called. Aggregate lease deals, aggregate manufacturer incentives. Have some buyer's guides as well. Different tactics that you can employ to get dealers to work against one another. It's all at findthebestcarprice.com/insider. Link down below. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, on to today's episode. We've got a good one in my opinion.
Okay, well, I think
some of them I think are bad.
Yeah, but the audience will be the judge.
The audience will be the judge. Please like this at this point in time so that I can be right.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just incentivized downvotes. Anyway. We are talking about the 3 things you need to know if you're a first-time car buyer.
Okay.
And you probably sold in your career 10,000 cars?
I think you're light.
Yeah, 43 years at... Yeah. You sold a lot of cars. You probably sold like 40,000 cars. That's insane.
Well, I mean, I was probably responsible for 35 to 40,000 car sales, in my lifetime. Yeah. Yeah.
That's nuts. Okay, so you've sold a lot of cars.
Yes.
Someone watching this has never bought a car yet before.
Yes.
What advice do you have for them going into that process?
If you're a first-time buyer, the first thing I would suggest to you is to know your budget. And what do I mean by that? Know what you can... Let me rephrase it. Assuming you're a first-time car buyer, you're probably going to be financing the car. You're probably not paying cash. So know what it is that you can afford as a monthly car payment. So let's say you're a recent college graduate, you just got out of college, you got yourself a job, and now you need a car so that you can get to that job. Well, take a look at what you think is affordable for you on a monthly basis for your payment. But don't forget to factor in the cost of the automobile insurance and the cost of the gas for you to get to and from. If your car payment's $350 a month, and even if you're on your parents' insurance policy for the automobile insurance, your insurance portion might be somewhere between $100 to $150 a month, plus your gas. You might actually have a total bill towards your car of $550 a month when you factor everything in. So you really need to understand what you can effectively afford to budget comfortably. And the reason I say comfortably is because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you can't do things that bring you joy in life other than stroking that check for that car. So make sure it's a comfortable payment range that you accept when you get into your new car.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Link to the video where there it is.
Up here.
No, a little lower.
Wait, it'll look like I'm poking his nose. I'm picking his nose.
Link to a video that my dad did where he goes in depth about how to understand all the costs of ownership and how you should factor that into what we kind of called there's a percentage-based rule. Watch the video, very helpful.
Yes. And then number 2, know your credit score. And I know you're thinking, well, I don't really have a lot of credit. I get that. But you need to have some idea as to what your credit score is. And my suggestion is to go to myfico.com, spend the $19.99 for a month for the subscription service, and then after you pull the reports, then cancel your subscription so that you don't have to continue paying $19.99 a month.
Your auto advocate, here to save you money.
That's our job. Now, what you have to realize, especially if you're a recent college graduate, is that many of the captive lenders have special programs for recent college graduates. And assuming that you don't have anything derogatory on your credit report, they will treat you like you have a much more extensive credit history. So even though your credit history may be limited with no derogatory, they're going to count you as a tier 1 customer.
AKA access to the best
to
options.
the best rates that they have, because they want to get you started on the right foot. So with the recent college grad programs, there's access to the best tiers, and then oftentimes there's a rebate of some kind to help offset the cost of the car. It might be as little as $500 or as much as $1,000, but whatever they want to give you, it's more than what you had, and it can help keep you within that budget that we've established that's comfortable for you.
So not only know your credit score, but also do a little Google searching around, enter brand name space recent college grad, or I'm a first responder, or active or retirement. Understand the manufacturer incentives as a
Yes.
first-time car buyer, because those are there to help you. And the dealership is not disincentivized. They're neutral. They don't care. The
Yeah,
manufacturer is the one paying for it.
Yeah. The dealer is thrilled to be able to give it to you because it doesn't come from them.
Exactly.
It comes from the manufacturer. It's no skin off their nose. They'll help you find incentives that you might qualify for.
All right, so what's the third?
Number 3.
That was very aggressive.
Number 3, a cosigner helps if you have no credit. Okay, so if you're a first-time buyer and you have no credit, well then find a cosigner, somebody that does. Okay, a cosigner can help someone that has no credit,
Yeah.
but it does not necessarily help somebody that has bad credit.
Okay.
Cosigner can't make up for the bad credit, but a cosigner can make up for no credit. Now, typically a cosigner is a relative of some kind, a mother, a father, a cousin, a grandparent. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I've seen grandparents step up and cosign for their grandchildren to help them get into a car loan so they can get a good rate and be able to stay in a comfortable monthly payment. Now, here's the key if you use a cosigner. Realize that the cosigner becomes obligated to make the payments if you don't.
Yeah.
So it impacts their purchasing power in the future because it shows as a credit obligation for them. And you don't want to impact in a negative way your parents or your grandparents' future buying ability
Yeah.
because you were a little careless with how you were paying back the car loan. So treat those who are willing to help you, treat them well.
No, it's a really good point.
It is, and it's from the heart because I'm a father, and I know. Well, I don't know for my children, but I've watched it happen.
Yeah,
to
I don't
other
think
people.
you've never co-signed on any of mine.
I did not. No,
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of him too. Now, just for you folks out there, I have a bonus one. Number 4.
We must acknowledge that the title of the video is still going to say 3 because 3 is just more clickable than 4.
Well, it's more clickbaity.
Yeah.
Yeah. People go 4. I'm not clicking on that.
Yeah,
But
4 is
3.
too much, but at this point
but
you're
3.
stuck.
3, I'll click. Okay. Do your homework. Okay. And what I mean by that, especially if you're a recent college graduate and you've been used to doing your homework so that, I don't know, you could graduate and get that degree. Do your homework about the type of cars that you're thinking about. Study, find out what their reliability is, find out what the cost of maintenance is, find out what type of expenses you could expect to incur over a 5-year period of time when it comes to maintenance on those cars, or problems that the cars tend to have. One of the things that you want to figure out is what the typical or average cost of ownership over a 5-year period of time is for the type of car that you're looking at. And so that's very important to understand because ownership of an automobile is not just the car payment and not just the insurance payment and not just the gas, but there's the maintenance that's required to keep it running and keeping it in good shape. So that's all part of the equation that you need to think of and to think about. So do your homework.
I think also it's worth mentioning the depreciation because I'll speak candidly. I don't know, $5,000 in the hole on my car, and I didn't really think about that when I was budgeting for it or when I bought it. And so I think as a first-time car buyer, it's important to recognize. What you're purchasing is going to depreciate considerably.
But part of the problem for you was that you were going to drive much less once you got this car, and then you continued to drive at a high rate.
Yeah.
And you put many more miles on it
No, I agree, but
yes.
I think as a first time buyer, you
Yes.
don't necessarily think about the implication of like, oh, I'm making it
depreciation, yeah.
3 years from now. No,
Yeah.
but like it's going to depreciate
Yes,
considerably.
absolutely. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, no one's beating the odds on that yet.
Yeah, there's not much I can guarantee about cars, but I can guarantee you, as a first-time buyer, whatever kind of car you buy, that sucker is going to depreciate.
All right. Well, hopefully you found this helpful. If you didn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, then we're not here for you.
Yeah, exactly. No, but leave a comment down below if you have follow-up questions. If you are a first-time car buyer, let us know down below what you're struggling with, and maybe we'll make an upcoming video about it. And if not, people in the comments, like including yourself and myself, we try and be as active as possible. So comment down below, and we'll get back to you.
Yep, we read them all. We might not answer them all, but we get back to a lot of you.
Yeah, you do a great job at that. Thank you.
Thank you.